Welcome back to episode 2 of our PTR Park Rangers series for Legends mod and PTR mod. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. Just a quick little plug, I did forget to mention my stats spreadsheet that I do have for Legends mod. PTR mod doesn't change the stats of any of your brothers or enemies as far as I know. So you can still check out my stats spreadsheet, it's super helpful. Everything that you need is in the description. So just go surfing through there in case you need any help, and always, as usual, the Discords are super helpful. I did screw up last episode, and I did comment and let you guys know. The way to change and increase your party size, sadly, is no longer a part of perks, which is a good and a bad thing at the same time. The good reason is you get to now keep perks and use them for your own benefit, which is always something I used to complain about. But it's good to see that that's back to being a better situation for that. The only sad thing is it's locked behind retinue slots. We do have a little bit of money, and sadly we don't have enough for a retinue slot. But each retinue slot will increase your party size. There is a... I don't have it on me at the moment, but there is a table in which it increases. It'll go from, in most scenarios, it'll go from 6 to 9 to 12. Then I think it goes to like 15, then 18, then 21, then 25 or something like that. But the peasant militia can go all the way to 25, I think it is, but everyone else can get down to 18 or 21 or something like that. So technically, the maximum party size is lower than it has been previously. And it's slightly harder to increase the size because you have to have like $1,000 that you're spending on, you know, all this instead of just, you know, a random perk point you could have easily gotten. So it's kind of harder to increase, which is unfortunate. But at least you're not wasting perk points. But that's just my look at it. Anyways, let's jump into it today. We've got ourselves this track, Follow the Tracks quest. I absolutely love these quests as always. I do have to follow where the tracks actually are first, though. We're very close to a few levels on the team, so hopefully this will give us something. I don't want fighting them in the mountains, but we don't really have a choice. So let's do it. That's actually not too bad. They're going to protect their rangers, sadly. Going to do 14s and 14s. Okay, so we just rush them, I guess. Yeah, we'll wait here. Wait here, and then push the front line up. I guess 2 spaces or 4. We can just rush 4 spaces. It's going to get him to hit us 2 spaces and wait, then see what he does. Then we rush 4 spaces. Puts us in the rut there, but you've got some great defense there, Yogi, so... yeah, it was going to happen. We'll go up to the high point, and I want to counter snipe, so we'll go for that shot and miss. And sadly, the miss is completely a miss. And we'll go there. Fair enough. Yeah, I was worried about him a little bit, but pretty much they've got no damage on us. So as long as we take this guy out, we'll be happy. Very nice. Yep, I am aware you guys don't want to engage us in melee. But we're still going to do it anyways. Can we counter snipe, please? There we go. I don't want him to run, that's the most important thing. So hopefully we're faster than him next turn. Yes, we are, good. Okay, so we don't want him to run. And we're going to try and kill him with the archer just so we can... Very nice, very nice. Just so we can keep stacking up that archer perk. Because if you get that to a high enough amount, it gets disgusting. Also, I didn't realize that. Look how cool that is. Your avatar brothers get the champion little base to their icons? Not icons. Base to their character models. Because champions on the enemy team have the cool little skull and golden or bronze sort of surroundings. And the fact that we have avatars to do that. That's really cool. Well, there goes his armor. Super Snipe. Beautiful. Mr. Ranger is onto it. And that's easily done. Level ups all around. Absolute garbage to collect from that, but at least we get little baby daggers. And that will allow us to start stealing armors in the future. So we've got 1 dagger, 2 daggers, 3 because I already put that one on in a second ago, and 4 daggers for the front line. That's not too bad. Level ups for Yaroslav. What do we got? 3, 5. Beautiful roll on initiative. And I'm leaning towards the health. I know we need resolve. No, we need to get the resolve, sadly. Yeah. Yeah, the resolve's a bit low for you, bud. Hopefully we'll get to that needed amount without having to use too many of the points. What do we grab next? Yeah, I forgot. We're doing PTR, so there's way too much to choose from, but I definitely want to do Phalanx for sure. Or Phalanx. It's technically Phalanx, but I'm probably pronouncing it slightly off. But could we get Dodge first? Phalanx only works when you have allies next to you, which we technically do. And we're not really equipped for Dodge just yet. So I'm going to go Phalanx first. It looks really cool as well. I do love all the icons. One thing that has struggled in the past is if icons look exactly like each other, it's so hard to remember which one's which. But the fact that they're all different, it looks wonderful. It's just going to take me a while to get used to it. That's the biggest thing. There's so many of them, and I've got to get used to it all. So just as we get through the episodes, I'll get used to it more often. Zan, what do we got? Hammer if we get the defense rolls. I'm glad I wrote that. That is not a defense roll. That is unfortunate. What was the other option we were going to do? We are going to do polearm, I think, if we didn't get the defense. But obviously not enough characters to write it down. And I think I was going to grab the defense anyways, just because it's nice to have. So we can have him as like a winger or something. So we'll go into health, because that's only a 2. And you're already fearless. Yeah. So we'll stack that health as much as we can. Into student, obviously. Student's amazing. Mr. Ranger, nice level up. What are we going to grab? Are we going to get arrow to the knee? The bane of adventures everywhere. I love it. You guys have a good sense of humor. An arrow to the knee, surefire to disable a target. Unlocks the skill all ranged attacks during a turn to effect a debuff on the target for 2 turns. Reducing melee and ranged defense by 10% each. Oh yeah, separately 10%. Yeah. And requiring to spend 2 action points per tile moved, so that slows them down. And then it halves it on the next turn, so it's an extra 1 action point and 5% each. It sounds good. Only problem is, how many action points and stuff will it take? I don't know. Would we need anything desperately before that? Actually, probably Bullseye. We really need Bullseye. And I'm slightly leaning towards Mark Target as well. For sniping, Mark Target is really sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna go... I like the idea of arrow to the knee. As a sniper, it's not going to make a big difference, because if you're shooting archers, archers usually don't move too much. Unless it's the crossbow enemies. Crossbow enemies love to move way too much. But it works if you're trying to counter-snipe melees. But anyways, regardless, Bullseye is the most important one to get for the moment. 4, 3, and I'm leaning towards that health. 70 health is pretty sweet to sit on, so we're happy with that. But maybe later we'll get arrow to the knee. Maybe. We're gonna have to get bow mastery into maybe favorite enemy archer. Actually, we'll get that later as well. There's just so many good perks you get on your avatars. Can't wait. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Tools are not doing too bad. Provisions are fine. We just need to focus on that money. In order to unlock the retinue to get more people. So we need more quests. And more ways of making money. Which is going to be a bit of a problem. And a bit more of a focus now because of the early game, struggling with money, struggling with retinue. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Now, where did we come from recently? I think we came from Winburg. So let's go... Yeah, we did. Because we're going to either go left or right. So let's go up to Rosenhof and then back up to Weisenhaus. That's right. Yes, there is a quest. Please be a good one. Brigand set a location. I am going to take that. I just want to quickly check the shop. There's not much that I could... Yeah. That's way too expensive. Let's just go. Little ways away, but thank goodness it's not in the forest or anything crazy. I will take them during the daytime. Definitely during the daytime. Don't care what's in there. Oh, their raiding party left them all alone. Interesting. Let's quickly camp to do what? We've got so many medical supplies. We've got literally nothing to do. We could train. We could also do food. We could try and salvage, but is there anything I could risk salvaging? Well, let's think of it logically. We're not going to increase our party size anytime soon. The people we're trying to hire are ranged. So technically, those are garbage. Those are worth repairing for money. The buckler is okay to hold on to for the moment. That's practically garbage, and that's practically garbage. I'll keep the staff just in case, because I like the staff better than the pitchfork. It actually does more damage. It's not as accurate, but it does more damage. And you can attack twice a turn. So I'll also salvage that because that's useless. Salvage one of the tunics. That should be okay. So let's focus on that, because training's good, but if you don't have the, whatchamacallit, the tent upgrade, it's really easy to get injuries. Even it's 5%, 5% happens way too often. There's a single raider. We could get some good armor. Definitely keen on this fight. A little worried about the raider. Don't know what cool perks he has. I also forgot to put the red on. That is my fault. He's got a flipping hooked blade. Amazing. Also super scary, but amazing. We've got 2 people we can counter snipe, and everyone else is just melee. That's fine. They're not threatening in the slightest. It's just the raider and the 2 poachers. Aim shot for 29 and 27 and 9. That's not too bad. Mr. Ranger, can we go for a double shot? Let's see. 15 and 10 versus 0 and 25. I think 15 and 10 is better. Yikes. It's so rough. Why is it still only 40%? We should probably put... Let's wait for the surround bonus. Let's wait. Surrounds bonus. Sad, that was a miss. Let's go here. Wait. Here and stab somebody. Yeah, I thought he was gonna do that. That is super scary. That makes confidence very nice to have. He's got armor. Sickles do great against health, so let's do that. 9 turns till the pain and suffering happens. Lucky stun! Yep, that's good. Our armor's holding through. Can we get this kill? Oh, come on. Okay, wait for the hit, wait for the hit. Oh, there goes all the armor. Sheesh. Can we please get this kill? Come on, do it again. Finally, that's what we wanted. Okay, that's better. And this guy's gonna walk up, and I really don't care that much about it. Zan should be fine. He's got a baby dagger. He's not even hitting you, man. Thank God he missed that time. Lunaris might have just died. Okay, all those 27s hitting Lunaris. That's good to see that he's taking those. Trying to snipe the back, that's fine. We needed that. We needed that hit. That helps. That helps. We can do this. Definitely happy to do that for Yogi. He's leaving. His turn's done. I want to go here in case this guy has any ideas. Actually, he doesn't. Why did I do that? He's not going to move into melee. He's got a freaking staff. I'm going to move here to risk it on a 5%. And I'm going to go here. I don't want this Brigand Raider. I mean, technically I want him to die quick. Because then we get his weapon. But if we stab him to death, then we get his armor. Yeah, see, he's not going to move forward. I shouldn't have done that. That's a good hit. Okay, Lunaris is safe from the Raider and is allowed to get this rabble. Can we go for this kill? That's a very good attack. And then we switch to Dagger to hopefully get rid of his... Wait, what was that cool thing? Intimidated? I have not seen this. Very intimidating attacks, -5 resolve. Ooh, that sounds interesting. If I could know what it looked like, I could find it. It's got just 2 people behind each other. That's really cool that he has that. I don't know how long that lasts. Probably till the end of combat. Which is pretty intimidating. And I'm kind of a little worried. Thank goodness Frosty's getting a few good hits there. He's taking his time to get those kills. Can we get this, Mr. Ranger, please? Do we go for focused? We go for the focus shot. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. No! 73 and we miss. 9 turns. I want to go here and get this guy. Nice. It's not worth chasing him with Yogi. I'm going to go here. He's fleeing. Perfect. Which is perfect and also not perfect at the same time. If we go here... We go here for the stabby. Oh. We have to stay where we are at the moment with Frosty. Gonna have to go here with Mr. Ranger so he stops fleeing. And that's that. These guys are gonna start to run. Hopefully we can get the kill before they do. He's gone, sadly. All in the sake of getting armor. Yeah, we are definitely running them down. Definitely going to try and use as many strats as we can to succeed here. We're going to go for here, Zan. Let's try and catch him. Oh, can we stop someone from running? Oh, we can stop them from running. Okay, Yogi, you're on stopping running duty. Just everyone is here to stab him. Beautiful. He dropped the weapon. Yes, that means we have a very good chance of getting it. Also, I don't want to snipe anybody. Nope. No! Zan, you're struggling, my man. Oh, I don't know if we can catch him. Let's go north. Let's try and get him. Nice. Good job, Frosty. Yes, you got him! Nice, lucky roll. Please tell me we got the armor. We got both sets of armor. Undamaged. Look at us go. And we got a hooked blade. What a fight. What a stash. 72 bucks. And not much else. I mean, we got a dagger and a bit of archer arrows. It's not... But man, that raider definitely came up clutch for us there. Okay, so who's going to grab it? Lunaris, also congrats on the level. 3 is very nice. 5 is very nice. We're going to skip that 2 resolve and give you... I'm going to say the hit points. Yeah, you don't get Colossus, which means we do have to give you those hit points, even if it is a 3. So that'll be nice. Okay, so let's grab Phalanx as well. And that's going to be very nice to have the Phalanx front line. So just to remind ourselves, because I will keep forgetting these things, 5 melee defense per adjacent allied holding a shield who is also engaged in melee. And then when a shield and spear, additionally get 5 melee skill for adjacent ally holding a shield who's engaged in melee. So having shields and spears is just the way to go. And we're going to try and remember to do that. Sadly, we don't have enough spears. I mean, we got the sticks, but they're not good enough. So we'll try and get more militia spears, fighting spears, and all that good stuff for our front line. But that'll come in time. But for the moment, who needs the armor? 26, 26, 28, 38. The front line is doing well. But we do need to start giving probably Lunaris this starting armor. And Yaroslav needs something as well. And we'll give you the helmet. That's still a 30, I think. No, it's a 25. Okay. Swap that out. And that's pretty decent for the moment. Leather jacket. Oh, we had this the entire time, did we? I don't remember seeing that. I probably screwed up and didn't add that earlier. Anyways, it's good to add it now. Hooked blade we will repair. We can probably salvage. Should we keep the bow? Maybe. We'll salvage that, salvage that, salvage that. Dagger on Zan. There you go. And that looks pretty good for the moment. Oh, and we can salvage that. Sweet. That's an extra 470 bucks. We're getting close to getting a new retinue for sure. But we still need to keep making as much money as possible. No, there's not much we can make from here. Let's go to Weissenhaus. But the dagger down works, and I really like this druid ability for casting spells. I can sort of see why people use it as a back person who sits in the back casting miasma, casting roots, and doing things like Song of Life. But I really couldn't just pass up the melee attack and melee skill. So we're going to have like a warcaster sort of build on him. Keeping him on the front lines, using spells whenever he really needs to, but using him as a frontline tank is something that we need in this party. Tier 2, what do we got? Brigand set a location for 700. That's the most expensive one we've done yet. It's going to be a little tricky, but I think we're capable. Just really hope we can hit a few more of those range shots. 71, you'd think that'd be pretty decent. But not always. But Brigand locations are great. Where, oh my goodness, how far away is that? Why is that located to this city? There's so many other cities closer. Okay. It's going to cost us a ton of cash just getting there and back, so it might not even be that profitable. That's a very weird generation. But I'm glad it's Brigands, because Brigands are the best things to fight early game. Absolutely. It's Dawn. Good, we can take them. Yeah, you always want to fight human enemies. Especially Brigands, because they have rabble. The Nomads and Barbarians are a bit trickier early game. But I think Nomads get indebted early game nowadays, so they're not too bad. 13 enemies against our 6. As long as we get some nice snipes in it, it can easily whittle them down, especially when they're not wearing armor. But they're defending their archers as much as possible. And if their archers move up to this spot, that would be sweet. 36%. I'm just going to go for the aimed shot. I'm not going to do 36%. It's probably not worth it. To be safe, should I move up? No, probably not. No, I'm going to be a little bit... Ooh, should we do that? Oh, that might be a bug. That costed 0 fatigue to do the roots. It's not raining, there's no staff mastery. I don't think that costed any fatigue. I know it says 15 there. Maybe it did cost 15. Yeah, maybe it did. Fair enough. So that's probably just me tripping. All good. I think we can win this battle of sniping attrition. Especially if we kill this one and no one decides to jump in front of him for the save. We'll wait, we'll wait. Wait. Come on. Snipe. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. If you thin out the enemy's archers, they'll eventually just be like, oh crap, we gotta rush you now. And that's sort of what I'm wanting them to do. I'm not liking that he got a 28, though. They are really entrenched in there, aren't they? Ah, yes, they're now starting to move forward. Called it. Oh, I like to see that. You love to see that. Being on the defensive side of things is usually a slight advantage in games and situations like this for Battle Brothers. Rushing up to meet them is okay. Is it the right call? I'm not entirely sure. I want Mr. Ranger to constantly keep firing that bow. 4 turns. Actually, I want to take this high ground. 7 turns, turn done, turn done, turn done. Okay, so I have no risk at all, so I don't want him to shoot the bow. So let's go and... Oh, we can go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. High ground for Zan. Actually, I'd rather go there. So 1, 2, 3. If Lunaris goes here, Yogi goes here. Take the high ground. You go either on this flank or this flank. I think... Yeah, let's go here. And then our archer can hide. Ooh, that's so... He moved into such a horrible position, but we can't take advantage of it. Because we have to hide behind our front line. Dang it. But yeah, this formation should work well for us. And if they're melee move, we might be able to still get that guy in a nice snipe. Yes! Yes, the melee abandoning their ranged is always wonderful. I don't like that they didn't engage us, though. 2, 3, 4. I think we have to stay put. I'm not entirely sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Puts him in an annoying spot against Mr. Ranger. But we do have the support. This is a strong formation, and I just want somehow for them to engage us. But I think I'll just wait to be safe. Yep. Should we screw over someone? Okay, so no, it is using the fatigue. It just shows it as you're using it. Yeah, I thought I was saying it wrong, but that's okay. It's only 15 fatigue for root. That's actually not very expensive at all. I was expecting it to be a bit more costly. We need to kill him quickly, so let's go for the 240s or 163. And it's nice that you can see the 10% range supremacy is affecting. And he's got dodge. I'm going to go for the 240s. Yeah, the 63 probably would have hit. That's unfortunate. Oh, they're engaged in melee finally. Oh, I was waiting too long for that. But the phalanx is going to make a nice, beautiful difference for us. Sadly, they still hit on a 16 and a 28. Oh, we're getting outnumbered. I was not expecting that, though. Yeah. I want to go here, because then... do I want to? I want to go down here. No, Yogi goes south. Frosty stays mid, and Lunaris works either with this guy or this guy. And technically this guy's got the better armor, so let's go here. And then Zan can kill that one. Yeah, we have to go here, deal with these shield guys, because they're annoying. Dang it, we hit him in the head. That's beautiful. Sadly, that's only got him down to 7. We can work with it. That's beautiful. Do we go for the lash? No, we don't. We just go for the kill. That works. 50%. You know, I'm going to go for the sniping shot. And it worked. Beautiful. We rolled a 13, so it didn't really matter. But beautiful regardless. Unfortunate. But we are now changing the tide beautifully. And we're keeping on control this darn flank that they keep trying to flank us with. And wasting their time. So good stuff. Nicely done. There goes a shield. That is sad days to see a shield gone, but we'll be alright. Yes, good job, Zan. You got rid of him before he was a problem. Oh, nice. Yaroslav got a kill. One shot. Nice. Let's go and counter-snipe this Brigand Poacher. Beautiful. Pierced chest. He might not be able to break out. Oh, he breaks out. Dang it. Nice. I do want to trap him again, but I think... No, he's faster by 1 turn. Please don't run. Oh, crap, I probably shouldn't have killed him. Mm-hmm. Yes, we can stop him. Because I'm like, they're gonna run. Don't run. Oh, we could... In case he does accidentally break free, we can go here. Yeah, that's fine. Get rid of him. Beautiful. Slowly stacking up those kills. That's what we like to see. He's going to take forever, so let's get rid of this guy. Nice. Dang it. We'll go here to help make sure this guy doesn't run. We'll go here to help make sure this guy still doesn't run. Dang it. He's going to bleed to death, though. Nice. Can't let them escape. Good kill. It's nice to see Rabble don't have anything crazy. Especially not something like footwork. So they could just escape. Nice. Level up for Zan, very nice to see. We got a head piece, that's not bad. And 94 bucks, that's actually really good. But more so just the daggers and things we can salvage. And 700 bucks, of course, that's the other main thing. Money, 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 as always. So let's try and salvage as much as we can. Should I repair that? I might not repair the staff since we have the hooked blade now. But I will salvage as much as I can from the other stuff. Technically 35 is better than 30. And so the weakest things we have left are 2 30s. Zan, what did you get, my man? Only a 2. You do get gifted. You definitely do. I think now's the turning point. Do we really want to go hammer, or do we really want to go polearm? Let's see, what would we get to? 15 to 33. We got a 2 at the moment, so that would be then 16, I think. Then you get the gifted, which is then guaranteed the 3. Then you've got the talented, which gives you an extra +1 from level 6 onwards. I'm trying to think. It would work. 2 extra perk points would benefit what? Maybe the hammer more? Or the polearm more? There's some really cool polearm perks that I've seen. Yeah, things like follow-up. You get an extra free attack against enemies when your allies attack them. So that's really cool. Also, long reach, you get considered bonuses to hit even though you're 2 tiles away. It treats it like backstabber and stuff. There is no backstabber on your build, which is very unfortunate to see. 20% chance to hit the head with the polearm, that's pretty cool. And what's the other ones? Opportunistic. No, that's not the right one. Utilitarian. That's a very complicated one. But it helps you when you're... What is it? When you're wearing less body armor? Yeah, very, very light armor. You're able to do a bit more damage. Now, you're able to use less fatigue and get more skill. But if you wear heavy armor, you get to do more damage, but you suffer in everything else. That's the one, sorry. But the hammer options make you go crazy with armor attack, yep. And where is it? Every successful hit. Additional damage ignoring armor from all sources for the remainder of combat? Wait a minute. Every successful hit with a hammer causes the target to receive a stacking 15%, 30% if you're using a two-handed hammer. Additional damage ignoring armor for the sources for all the remainder of combat. That's ridiculous. Wow. That works really well against big targets. But I guess it also is completely useless if you get rid of the armor completely. So, yeah, I can see how it's good, and I can also see how it just instantly evaporates when they lose their armor. Interesting. And then Dent Armor reduces their action points by 2 if you get hit. There's a chance that it happens. Only works when you hit people who have more armor than 200. So the hammer only really works on people who have armor, a lot of it. If they don't have armor, the hammer is practically useless. That's kind of unfortunate. I mean, it's great if the enemies start wearing a ton of armor. Yeah. Oh, blunt weapons can apply injuries to the undead. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm not going to risk it. I think I'm going to go polearms. I know we could try and get as much defense as possible with things like Discovered Talent, with things like Rising Star to get extra perk points, and the Gifted. But I think it's too much investment for a weapon that doesn't do well. I mean, it does do well damage-wise, but the polearm just does so much more. It really does. It's a lot more, like that perk says, utility. There's a lot more utility to a polearm, and a hammer seems to be more of a one-trick pony. Not that these perks are weak in any sense. No, these are disgusting when it comes to heavily armored foes. But Zan, I think because of everything I just mentioned, let's go polearm. Okay, so because we're going polearm, we don't have to worry about too much at all. Polearm gives you bolster, which is 5% extra resolve of adjacent allies of 5% of your melee skill. If multiple are present, only the highest bonus, of course. But we'll definitely go gifted first. Stack that skill, stack that fatigue and hit points. Beautiful. Skill, fatigue, and hit points, I believe. Yep. Sweet. Keep it as high as possible, which means you are definitely getting that upgrade. Why didn't I give it to you earlier? Because I'm forgetful. That's the only thing I can think of. I just had a hooked blade sitting in the party's inventory and didn't use it. Oh boy, I am out of it. I'm so sorry. Anyways, you're happy to use it now. What's the next polearm one? 20% chance at the head. That's beautiful. 10% of your melee skill. Reduce the resolve opponents. Oh, I love that already. Minusing the resolve. I love playing the resolve game always. If you can make the enemy rout before killing them, it's so good. Because then you just get to kill them for free. Do I need to stop here for anything? No, I was just thinking, they could have something, but I don't think they're going to have what we want. And what we want is, we have 2,000 crowns. Yeah, we should do it. I was going to buy a retinue, but I was like, we could also just, finish the ambition. So let's quickly finish our ambition. There we go. We've got a renown. We've got 1,000 crowns spent. Battle standard, and everyone is super happy about it, of course. Zan, my friend. 50 to 70. 40 to 70. Technically, the hooked blade has a 5% chance to hit the head, and 10% effect against armor. But the battle standard is technically better. So you'll hold on to that for the moment. Which means we haven't used the hook blade yet. We'll give it to the next person who comes in. We now need to keep getting quests along the way. We might have to go down to Tauburn Moose. Or do we head north? No, we can head south. That's fine. We can go here, maybe take a... actually, these two will have lots of quests. So yeah, we'll head south a bit. Oh yeah, we do need a new ambition. No? There we go, I was waiting for it. Forging allies, I think we're really close to that. We've done a lot of quests. Travel south, find employment for the ruling elite. I think that's 5 quests for the city-states. 5 packs of monsters, and 5 arena wins. Definitely going friendly. How close are we to being friendly with someone? Oh, we're at neutral still. We're at open. Open. Oh, come on. That should have been friendly. Dang it. Really close. But that's okay. We'll get there. Definitely a few quests here for us. Food is okay. Tools could be better, but we're not buying it from here. 1 star to do monsters. I know the team's doing well, but I don't know if we want to risk monsters. 3 days to the northeast at Schattenfluth. Schattenfluth? Probably. Probably not. That is a very long distance for 200 bucks. Yeah, I think it's about time that we don't accept delivery quests anymore. That sounds like an easy monster fight, but I don't like monster fights. Are we good enough to do it? Probably not. Oh, we've got Zan. He's doing pretty good. Oh, Frosty, my man. I did. You need a shield. I was like, why is he looking so empty at the moment? Can we buy a cheap shield? Yeah, 73 bucks. There we go. The poor thing. I almost got you into battle without a shield. I'm like, we should be having shields on the front line. Okay, that's a little bit better. 26, 26, 28, and 38 still. Beautiful. You know what? We gotta risk it. We've gotta risk it. Let's get some money. Hopefully it's not in the swamps. It's 5 spiders. Okay. They're very eager to go after us. Can we drag someone else into this fight? They seem a little too eager. I want to fight them on the road. I don't want to fight them in the forest. Oh, but we're pathfinders. So it doesn't matter. We should be fighting things in the forest. I need to change my mindset. It's very, very common for me to just not fight in the forest. Do we take the fight to them? Do they take the fight to us? We take the fight to them. Because we have the polearm, we have... Oh my goodness, 21 with their dodge. I'll go for the 7%. Strength in numbers. Ooh boy. Because the 14 of hitting, 12% astray, we might get a hit. Nice! At least we made him think he was going to get hit. That's better. That's a good kill. Can we slow them down? That would be pretty sweet. Linares can go here and get the 51, or not. It's not the best formation, but it works. Please don't hit us, please don't. Yup. Overwhelm and the poison. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not good. Oh no, someone's gonna die. Oh crap. Yep, someone's dying. Shivers. Linares, we might be losing you. And same with everybody. Oh my goodness. Thank God we broke free of that. I'm going to shield wall for sure. Yes, and that's the hit we needed. I'm going to free ally because that's more important. I'm going to wait to see if this gets the kill. It did not. 22%. 71, we finally got out. Oh, I'm gonna go for the... No, that's a 22%. Okay, that works. Yogi, can we get this kill? Okay, that's fine. Could be worse, could be worse. Oh, there's no more webs. Come on. Yes! Yes! Shield wall, please. Damn, that poison hurts. No, no, stop putting stupid webs on people. $39%. 60%. 28 versus 45. The poison's done, but one more hit and we're gone. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on, we need to survive this. The poison's back. 46. No. I think Yogi can take a hit. I'm going to start destroying this guy with... Not destroying, but bothering him with the root. Because if a spider's got something better to do, hopefully he can waste his time on the root. 66. I'm going to go with the... I can't go with the shield wall. That was risky. That was good. We switch to this, and we move forward. Frosty, 3 more turns for 10 hit points. That means you're going to die. We don't have any way of fixing poison, do we? Bandages affect what? Bleeding, not poison. Okay, so let's walk forward and try and get a kill before we die. Lunaris is on 7 health. We get the 46. We get the 56. No. Nope. Frosty, my man. I think it's it. He's dead. That's sadly what I thought was going to happen. Damn, these spiders are actually quite annoying. We're not out of the woods yet, though. But, damn. That was rough. Sad to see you go, man. And we got a poison gland out of it. Sheesh, man. That's horrible. That was not worth it. Wasn't apprentice, though, so it wasn't like an expensive background that we lost, but still. Definitely a decent brother we lost. Oh boy. Unfortunate. We can sort of sort out the armors a little bit differently. We do it like that, I think should be okay. 25, we already have the 25. We can do it like this. That's a little better. Yeah, okay, so the armors are a little bit more sorted. Oh boy. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't take beasts early on. It's just not worth it. But I needed to take it for the cash. Gonna be able to hunt for some hunters now, though. Sorry about that early death, Frosty. We'll try and maybe put you back on the list later on. I'll just shuffle the name down a little bit for you. Because I feel like you got shortchanged a little bit there. Yeah, there you go. Let's keep continuing south, because yeah, we thought this was going to be a good place to go to, and it will be. Let's be a little safe about it. Don't want to go too fast. Fighting in the swamp's sort of the last thing we want to do. Okay, we're fine. Lots of hard quests, but that's not really hard when it's... Rosenhof's not that far away. Actually, it is. It's that city, not one of these ones. Interesting. Brigand set a location. I am keen. Follow the tracks. I'm also keen. But that's a grand, so... it's probably got like a necro in it or something. Probably do the Brigand location. Yeah, that would make most sense. Did we take injuries? Surprisingly not, with all that damage. Lunaris didn't get an injury. Fair enough. Let's quickly camp it out, try and fix all of our problems. 27 hours for hit points. Let's probably speed that up. 13 hours hit points is a little bit better. We're out of tools. Yeesh. That should be about it. Good. In terms of tools, do we have any salvage? Yes, we do, so let's quickly get that done. 4 hours salvage, that should be nice and quick. Nice. Let's go after that location. It is in the swamp, sadly. Wait, what? Is this the fingers one? Yes, this is. Could get 500 bucks. Really? Oh, the luck today is not there. Sheesh. Lost 320 bucks. There's a raider here, and I'm keen on getting some new stuff. I know it's close to the end of the episode, but I think we can quickly squeeze this fight in. Except we're sitting in freaking murky water. Are they chasing us down? They kind of are. I want to get on dry ground as quickly as possible. So going to this north spot seems to be the best way to go. I could snipe behind that. Didn't even give me a number for the shot. That's kind of rough. Let's go after the dog. Ooh, the raider looks pretty cool. Let's get Zan over there. It's sad to see Pathfinder doesn't affect the murky water as much. I mean, it does, but it doesn't help as much as it could. Because murky water is just absolutely horrible. Okay, they're really trying to get to Mr. Ranger. So let's put him up here as well. And fight against the water as much as possible. We're going to ignore the dog. Okay. Dog doesn't... Oh my goodness, that dog wants to kill us. Sheesh. Lucky freaking dog. Gonna slow him down. Let's hope that's the last of the luck. And the dog gets a third hit in a row. 20% hits. And we miss our 70%. I think the game doesn't like us. Throwing weapons, that would be pretty cool to grab, but we don't have the opportunity. Thank God the dog's gone. Let's wait. Let's try and sort ourselves out. Let's go for a snipe. Sadly, that didn't work out. Let's slow down the raider, I think. Okay, that worked. Was not expecting it, but it worked. So we can go for some hits there. And Zan sadly can't move forward for a hit. That's fine. Caught up to us, didn't you? That's an 83%. That's another 83%. Linares, the game's against you, my man. At least he didn't hit you with that. Oh, I could go for the footwork, but I'm going to wait to see if we can get this. Yeah, then we don't have to worry about footwork. That's the way to do it. Technically he's got annoying stuff. But he's the easier kill. Anybody sitting in water is an easy kill, so we want to try and focus them. I also kind of want to counter snipe. I'd rather counter snipe for the first part of this. Let's go for the big one. And walk back, just in case. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Sadly, it doesn't keep him in the water. Probably should have stayed forward. Ah. Unfortunate. Another 75 miss. And another 75 miss. That is, what? 5 75 misses by Linares. 1 successful hit. Gotta tell me this game isn't rigged. Oh, lucky hit. I'm gonna go for the footwork. Because these guys are getting annoying. That's 2 26s in a row, buddy. That's enough of that. He's probably gonna jump here, so we'll kill him first. That's the way to do it. Zan is destroying with the banner. There's white flags all around. And I don't want this raider to leave, so can we please... Linares, I know you've got horrible luck at the moment. But stand in front of the big scary guy. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. What is this? Yaroslav is getting completely destroyed. Yeah, I really wanted to get that kill. 70 with some armor, 65 for a free kill. Good. Good. I'm going to shield wall with Linares. Hopefully that stops this raider from doing anything annoying. The percents are against us completely. Okay. Just have another 28% and kill him. Really? Oh boy. Today is not the day. Oh yeah, now we hit our 40%. Now we hit the 70s. Oh, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We will want to steal his armor, that is true. I should probably not attack him. But I've got nobody to try and steal his armor for. Yeah. Fast adaptation. Zan, should we risk it? This is so dangerous. If we can get a headshot, we win. 20%. I can risk it. 53%. We'll bring out our daggers just in case. Okay, he wasted his turn. Bring up the dagger. Move up. It's possible. It's definitely possible. He tries to kill you. You get very close to dying. You get the kill. Let's hope that was worth it. Lunaris, my man, that was horrible. Again. We got the armor, we got the weapon. The chain mace is going to be a gigantic boon for the party. But once again, losing just... oof. This early on fights are just... It's not like we're doing things wrong, for the most part. It's just the numbers are against us. Sheesh. Who's left? We've got Yaroslav with the lumberjack. Definitely still nice and strong. Sadly, fear of beasts. We'll have to remember that. Death Wish is great. But, sheesh. Oh, now we've run out of the people who get, talented. We do have Azan with talented. But we lost our other, what was it, apprentice? And I can't remember what Lunaris was. But that's okay. Oh, okay. So what do we grab for your next set? Shield Expert for sure. Dodge, Nimble Tank. 5, 4 into... Actually, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful numbers right there. I'm thinking the 3 resolve. Yeah. I think we need to grab the 3 resolve. Other than that, Zan is surviving. He's one of the survivors at the moment. Convincing proposals, we don't really need that right away. It would be nice to grab for later. But as a polearm, what's the options? 20% chance to hit the head? Or 5% resolve for everybody around you? Which is 5% of 63, which is like 3? It's not that great. So that doesn't seem like a very strong ability. I mean, it's helpful, but not super strong. And then the other option we have is reducing the resolve of your enemies. Now, here's the one thing that it doesn't say. Is it attacks that are successfully hit? Or even if you miss, kind of like feint, does it still happen? It's either that or the 20% hits the head. And, I mean, with the 5% minus, that's kind of unfortunate. I think we'll go with the resolve. I do love playing the resolve game. And hopefully that will help us in future fights. But sadly, we will have to resort to shifting the armor around again. And giving you the spear this time, Yaroslav. Definitely having that bonus to skill would be nice. Who should get the chain mace? Maybe Yogi. That would be pretty strong to have. And we really need to fill up the party again. Sadly, we are losing people left and right. Yep, that's fine. Let's repair that. Don't need as many... Actually, wait. Don't need that one. That one. Sweet. But we are slowly getting a bit of cash for it all, so maybe it'll balance out. But we need people to stick. That's the thing. What's the options? Not very much. Yikes. 3-star to do follow the tracks. That's rough when we don't have a full party. That's very rough, and especially with all the injuries that we have. Just before we quickly end the episode, I will get these injuries fixed. Four hours, 23 hit points, so let's sort that out. Wrong button, so let's go there. We seem to get very well injured in these fights, so yeah, it's good to have some good healing in the party. But 1,500 bucks, and the party has thinned. Oh, we can switch that out for better armor. And we can switch out the base of this for better armor. The daggering down is working, and that's something I'm happy that we've gotten. We didn't have to spend much money to get really good stuff. So the people we do have, it's going to be a lot easier to keep them. But sadly, the people we don't have are the ones suffering. But yeah, I think that's about it for today. A little bit of a downer, but we have still progress. We do have, what is it, 503 renown? What do we start with, like 240? Or 250 or something? Yeah, we're doing pretty good for that reason. Did we make friends yet? Oh, so flippin' close. Sadly, no friendly. But maybe after... I don't think we'll do this big quest. We gotta go down to Luton Dock to figure out what's going on there. We still have one spot available for retinue. The guide is the only one we can grab at the moment because we do have our ranger for free. It's not going to be the best retinue. I want to get the cook. That's going to take someone with the camp cook perk, and that's going to be really hard to get. Yeah, anything we do is going to be really rough. But for the moment, the party lives on. We move forward. We don't have enough for retinue, but we will grab some next episode, hopefully. And with all that said and done, hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one. See yous.